What's up, guys? So today's insight topic, I'm going to just expand a little bit on yesterday's topic about the rubber band model. So one other thing to consider is not only the questions of what is holding me versus what is pulling me, and taking between the answers to each question, what's going to have the most positive outcomes from that. It doesn't just end there. A lot of it, this whole with the rubber band model, it's also about the fact that we have a tendency in life to spring back to what our comfortable tendencies are. Okay, so that is actually going to come down to your personal beliefs on who you are, who you want to be, who do you want to become. So let's take, for example, a thin rubber band. Doesn't have much tensile strength, right? Pull that sucker far enough and then boom, snaps pretty easily. And then then you consider like a medium-sized rubber band and then a really thick rubber band. When you stretch those bad boys out and then you let them go, they return back to a tensile strength that it is comfortable with, right? And when we're dealing with dilemmas in life, when something's pulling, what kind of rubber band are you going to be? And then, like I said, that's going to depend on how strong your beliefs are about yourself and who do you want to become. And then also what plays a minor role, maybe actually for some a major role, is the people you got in place in your network. So if there's people that are just constantly pulling you down, then yeah, they're gonna bring you back to what's comfortable. Or do you have people that are always ready to push you forward and spring you forward, like one of those thick rubber bands? When you really stretch them out, they got a lot of tensile strength to propel you forward, right? So that's another thing to consider, is the fact that if you're not aware, you're going to return to the tensile strength or the shape of the band that you're most comfortable with. So are you one with very, very strong beliefs and know that you can get the stuff done, and the tensile strength within you is strong enough that to pull you forward and propel you forward into those impossible games, is like one of my mentors phrases it as, because sometimes we have goals that we're just like, man, there's no effing way, like I just don't see how that's gonna happen. That's why we call it the impossible games, because it's to challenge us to push us to a point where it's like, nah, man, I'm gonna grind and hustle accordingly to defeat that, and defeat the word impossible, right? And so yeah, nothing too crazy this morning. Just figured I'd expand on the rubber band model a little bit more and remind you all that we do have a tendency to spring back into a tensile strength that's comfortable, into the shape of the band that we're most comfortable with, because we don't want to be stretched or pulled or challenged. And when we're not aware of that, it's easy to just move back into that space, right? So keep that top of mind. What can you do to constantly stretch yourself and not return back to that comfortable tensile strength? All right, laters.